Greetings, beloved. Welcome this evening to Togetherness Media. I am Anthony Powers, and we're so grateful to have you here with us today. We have a beautiful show planned for you today. We have some wonderful guests, and we'll be talking about keeping your calm through the midst of the storm and staying centered through the midst of the storm. We'll be right back with you in a few moments. Welcome back, beloved. We're so happy to have you here with us, and we're also overjoyed to have a bright and beautiful guest with us today. We have former Miss Teen Washington Jr., Miss Rachel DeAngelis. Hello, how are you doing today, Rachel?
Hi, how are you?
I'm divine. How are you?
Great, as best as I can be during these times.
Yeah, we call it. That's how we are all the times. Be the best we can, no matter what time it is, right?
Especially during COVID going on and everything.
Yeah. So you're a student right now up in Pullman with the Cougars, fellow Pac-12 baby. I'm a Berkeley baby. What does it feel like to go to school during these times and sit there, and communicate and do everything remotely and not be with your students and not get that full college experience right now? What does that feel like?
Right, so I was actually a homeschool student. I had graduated high school at the young age of 16 years old.
Hmm.
And then I told my mom in January, I was like, you know what, I want to go to college. And she was like, no way. So then I submitted, got an academic scholarship. And then I went from all of two friends in a small town to then having 80 friends all within the first week of school. And
Hmm.
I was super grateful for that. So being able to convert to homeschooling to public school, or I should say state school,
Hmm.
back to homeschooling because of COVID, it's really been no change for me personally. I'm kind of
Hmm.
used to it by now, so I really don't mind it.
From what age were you being homeschooled growing up?
I was homeschooled between the age of 13 to 16, so about 3 years, but I was
Mm.
able to get eighth grade, my freshman year, my sophomore year, my junior year, and my senior year all within 3.5 years.
Nice. So, are you homeschooling from Pullman or from your hometown?
I am from Washington State University, so we're obviously doing everything remote at the moment. So I am back home visiting my family for the time being, but every
Okay.
once in a while I go back to my home city in Pullman.
Okay. Where are you from originally? Your hometown.
Originally, I had moved from Los Angeles, California to Washington,
What part of Washington?
Pullman.
Okay. So not too, yes, and that's where the Cougars are too, correct?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So what part of LA were you in? Like, what was that like? Was that a little bit of a culture shock moving from LA to up north? Because Pullman's not that big, like as far as towns go, which call it. So what was that like?
Well, I'm not from central Los Angeles to be
Mm,
exact, not downtown LA or Hollywood. I am from Malibu, and a
okay.
lot of the girls call me the Malibu Barbie, but that's okay. Whenever I'm competing, which, hey, Barbie has a lot of jobs, so why not?
Yeah.
Um, but moving from Malibu to Pullman, there was really no change because, except for the fact that in Washington you have four seasons, and in California, not so much. So I
We have the
definitely got
hotel.
used to it there.
We have the Four
Sorry,
Seasons
what was that?
Hotel. We have the Four Seasons Hotel, and that's a nice. So, tell me a little bit about how you got into, first of all, the pageant life, and then after that, tell me how you feel that it's affected your access to different things.
Right. So I was not the girl that you see right now. I went to school with 30 necklaces. Mind you, they were all like My Little Pony and Barbie. And then I wore 100 hair clips in my hair. I was super self conscious about myself. And then I decided that I wanted to be in modeling.
Hmm.
Being this 5-year-old girl, seeing Miss California USA on the national stage, I was like, you know what, Mom, I want to be just like her. And so then I went into modeling. I've been in LA Fashion Week. I've done commercials for Target and Macy's. And then I got scouted and was then entered Miss Preteen California United States. And that's where I got first runner up. I made my evening gown. And then the rest is history from there. 6 years later, I now have a national title. I have a state title and a couple of regional titles, and now I'm competing for Miss Washington Team USA, hoping to be Miss Team USA one day.
Nice. What do you usually do as your talent section, for your talent section?
Well, in the USA system, we don't have talent. It
Mm-hmm.
is divided between interview, sportswear, and evening gown.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have an onstage interview as well. And so that makes up the accumulative score.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of fortunate enough that we don't have a talent, even though I have been doing dance and modeling since I've been younger.
Nice.
I just love the sisterhood behind it, and I love the USA system in general, that I'm fortunate that I don't have to do a talent, which is great.
If you did do a talent, it would be dancing.
Yes.
That's you'd probably go with. Okay. What type of dance do you like to do?
I have been quite the girly girl growing up. I did every single girly sport, from cheerleading to dancing and then to pageants. I also did gymnastics as well.
Nice.
So
What's your
being
favorite event?
a, in gymnastics,
Yeah.
I loved floor because I came from a dance background, and
Mm-hmm.
at one point I actually did dance and gymnastics at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So being on floor, I got to
Utilize
tumble.
everything.
Yeah, kind of do everything, do a back handspring as well as being super graceful. So I love that aspect of it. And my favorite type of dance would probably be Latin ballroom. I love being super sassy on stage.
Nice. What you call it? Yeah. My favorite style of Latin ballroom to do would probably be street salsa, but I absolutely love the Argentinian tango. The lines that are created from that, the grace, the tension built up between partners, and the connection. All right. So I see that you work with the American Heart Foundation. Please tell
Mhm.
me about that and what got you interested in that organization.
The American Heart Association has been an organization that I've worked with for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm.
My family actually struggles with a lot of heart conditions, and every single male in my family has high blood pressure.
Hmm.
And then my uncle had passed away at the young age of 37
Hmm.
and left behind his wife and two kids, and his youngest was 1.5. And so, unfortunately, his only son won't be able to grow up with a dad, which is super unfortunate. But I've kind of taken him underneath my wing, and being the oldest grandchild, I'm like, look, we can do this. Let me teach you how to use a calculator and all these things. So, having all the males in my family struggle with something that is one of the leading causes of death here in America, I've been able to raise over $5,000 just
Hmm.
yearly and try to come up with research, try to come with solutions so that we won't keep having this problem. And then I actually realized that I have a heart condition myself.
Hmm.
Now, I fortunately enough won't have high blood pressure and won't have a heart attack. I have very low blood pressure. And so that can cause dizziness and blurred vision. And for someone who's always competing and always has the adrenaline on stage, it's never something that I really actually focused on until a couple months ago.
Hmm. So, what is the
Coming in with a new mindset and coming in with new reasons on why I need to promote one of the biggest causes in the United States.
what do they recommend? If you know, like one of the main recommendations that the American Heart Association just recommends for people to do.
Well, there's actually seven different main things that you can focus on to
Mm-hmm.
lead a heart healthy lifestyle. And just a couple of them are exercising every day, which during these hard times, it's been very difficult to go to the gym and have that public accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
But going for walks. It could be even as small as that. And one of the top trainers here in America, Jillian Michaels, actually recommends starting out with just 30 to 45 minutes a day, which can make a huge impact if you're doing it, 4 to 5
Consistently.
days a week or 6 days a week. Um, and so that's been a huge thing for my family. Another one is eating right. And unfortunately, America uses a piece in our that's contained in fat, which is called saturated fat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of the most overused things. And so lowering that amount is very healthy.
Okay.
And as a competitor, I've been able to use an app that's very handy, especially being a teenager.
Hmm.
I'm always on my phone. So being able to document what I eat in a day, how much I exercise, how much water I'm drinking within the app called MyFitnessPal has been super helpful for me. I use it every single day. And so that's just been one of the tips that I've been able to use. And then another one, which is a piece that America has been using for a while, and that's any tobacco products or smoking. So to quit
Mm-hmm.
that, you'll see a big transition. So with COVID going on, it's been very difficult, and teenagers being influenced by a lot of different things. But representing a certain organization and being a teen influencer in today's society, I hope to make a big difference in our world.
So they're gonna have to stop calling you Malibu Barbie and start calling you Heart Health Barbie. So I see that you're majoring in sports management, which is very interesting. Do you eventually want to become an agent, or what
I would
aspect?
love to do that. I
Okay.
am majoring in sports management and double minoring in business and communications.
Mm-hmm.
So not only do I have the sports aspect, but I also have the business side, and then being able to do simple interviews like this, which I do all the time anyways through pageants, which is a great access for me to practice those things moving forward within my career.
Okay.
So the reason why I wanted to do sports management is because two reasons. One being is that I have been watching football since I've been 2 years old, and
Who's your
ever since I
team?
can remember,
Who's
the
your?
Seahawks and the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
So right now they're undefeated, but I promised my grandparents that I would learn how football works because
Yes.
I've been watching it for so long, and I was like, you know what? Since I go to a Pac-12 college, I should probably know how football works.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and then alongside with America loves sports,
Yeah.
so why not?
Now, there's yet to be a female super agent. Why do you think that is? And would you like to, would would it be a dream of yours to be the first female super agent?
That is definitely a tough question. But with all the skills and capabilities that I've built up over time, being a super agent would be would be amazing to promote things that I'm passionate about, or to be more educated on what a super agent exactly means, and
Hmm.
to really be relevant to that position.
Yeah. And then in the past few years, there's been a big advancement in women in sports, especially in the coaching ranks. There are various coaches, like assistant coaches, like Becky Hammond right now in the NBA and in the NFL. We have the 49ers, who are my football team, take the first ever female assistant coach to coach in the Super Bowl, Katie Nolan. Do you find that the rise in ranks of female coaches in male sports will also help you in your career and moving forward?
Being a woman in today's society is a very impactful thing. Last election, we had a woman run for president. And so I think that the jobs and capabilities for a woman today are endless. And so being able to work in the sports field, I think would be an amazing opportunity
Hmm.
because not only is that position filled right now by not enough women to promote things. We are all created equal, and we just need to express that. No matter what economic background we come from, no matter who we are as people, we can become anything that we want to be as long as we put our mind to it. Because the uniqueness that we have within ourselves makes us special, and we just have to express that each and every single day.
Yeah, and then there was another big women win for women in sports a couple weeks ago when Jeannie Buss became the first female owner of an NBA team to win a championship. So that was another big win for women in sports and women pushing things forward. So today's topic is a little bit is keeping the calm in the midst of the storm. In your life, has there been a storm that's hit you especially hard, or minor ones like COVID? And how are you keeping your peace and how are you keeping your calm during this midst of this time?
When I was growing up, I had a very difficult time with self confidence. I could not carry on a full
Oh yeah, your
conversation.
rapper name was 30 Chains.
Anyways, I could not keep up a conversation. I didn't know how to address people. I
Hmm.
didn't know what I wanted to be. I knew that I loved to design clothes. And
Hmm.
as a kid who had self confidence issues, expressing it through art was the best way.
Hmm.
And so defeating the people that bullied me and escaping that environment and not even saying a thing to them and just doing my own thing gracefully was one of the best moves I could ever make. And one of those things was being homeschooled.
Hmm.
If I wasn't homeschooled, I wouldn't have been able to help pass a bill making CPR a high school requirement, or um, raise at least $5,000 for the American Heart Association for heart research, or be able to go to college. I guess you could say that I was an overachiever, but I wouldn't have been able to accomplish all that I have accomplished without any distractions and knowing my self worth. And that's been through pageantry, which I'm
Hmm.
so grateful for.
Yeah,
But then applying this to COVID, every single day, I've been journaling because for me to work so hard to get somewhere, and then because of things that I could not control, having that taken away from me, was definitely a very saddening experience. And so I've been journaling, exercising every single day, running around different parks, trails, whatever I can find, and finding something new about it that I didn't realize a day before or a week before. Looking back on those times, which hopefully we won't go through this again, but being grateful for the time that we're going through now to really focus on myself and focus on the self development that everyone I feel like can learn throughout these hard times.
like I say, don't get
Um,
mad, get creative.
exactly,
Yeah.
and I've definitely been creative with my fashion design pieces that I've been making. So
What type of
having
pieces do you
all
like to
this,
make?
well, I first started out with pageant gowns. So I had made my gown for my first pageant. There were about 500 rhinestones on the top and 40 yards of fabric. Things were falling off. It was a hot mess, but it was a great experience. I definitely learned. But I love to create all things, and I like to wear them as well. I've had so many different opportunities to be wearing my clothes at
Hmm.
pageants and at school, and so many different places to express how I'm feeling, to express who I am as an individual. And pageants are definitely another way for me to express who I am. And so that's what I'm definitely grateful for.
All right. So, one more quick question. Well, two. First question is, what do you find are the biggest misconceptions and stigmas regarding pageants?
That is definitely a tough question. And the reason being is because we have the stereotype of pageant girls um, just winning a crown, and that's it. But there is so much more to that. And there is so much more that we need to educate society about. Reason being is, especially during these hard times, I would love to be able to represent Miss Washington Teen USA to educate more people about the causes that not only am I passionate about, but other pageant girls as well. To know
Mm.
that we can change the world one step at a time, and being a woman in empowering others can make a huge, tremendous difference within today's society. We could potentially have the next Miss USA run for president, or we could have the next Miss Teen USA be another coach for an NFL football team. Who
Hmm.
knows? But as long as we bring everyone together and educate those who don't know about pageants, that they are so much more than what society really brings out them to be. And so I would love the opportunity to be interviewed more about pageants and about the great things that they have done for me and for other queens as well.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. It's been a delight speaking with you. And all of those out there in Pullman calling her Malibu Barbie, put some respect on her name. Put some respect on Miss DeAngelis' name. I love you so much, and it was such a joy
Yeah.
chatting with you. And have a beautiful good luck in this COVID times, and good luck to your Cougars, except for when they play the UC Berkeley Cal Bears. May you guys lose horribly then, but the rest of your season, good luck.
Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. Have a divine day. Ciao.
You too.